How y'all doing today? It's your man Vaz here with another episode of Beats of Sneaks. And today is a subtopic video, but it's not really a question anybody else asked me. It's more of an informative video, in my opinion, on something. As you can see, the title of the video is Nike Shoe Factories on Strike, or shoe factories on strike in general. It's crazy. A lot of you guys been watching me for quite some time now, and you guys know that I drop these videos every so often, besides just doing shoe reviews and on foot videos and things of that nature. But to me, this is the most important aspect of the shoe culture, is the root of the actual shoe culture, which is the manufacturing, the exploitation of people. At the end of the day, this whole community is all about consumerism. Like I always told you guys, it's one of the reasons, I always tell you guys that's why I stand alone in the shoe thing. I do my own stuff. I don't really care to get in groups and do all that stuff, because at the end of the day, everything about it is consumerism. And what do people envy and kill each other over the most? Material goods. It ruins relationships. So I would never build a relationship with people based off of product or consumerism. So I don't really care to be, in groups with motherfuckers doing videos about shoes, for a company that's not paying us, who not even paying people who actually work for them, in a sense. The story is basically all the shoe factories pretty much are on strike. It's really just one big one, and at this point there's roughly anywhere from 40 to 60,000 people participating in the strike. It's been going on for about 2 weeks now. Really, the strike is because they're already underpaid. They know that they've been underpaid. They're getting paid about $1.70 an hour to work. I always told you guys it was $2 because I rounded it up, based on some people getting overtime. Most people over there do work overtime, and they make roughly, on average, according to their government, average person over there makes about $448 a month. That's with overtime, and they work anywhere from 40 to 60 hours a week there. You know what I'm saying? And my biggest thing about the whole thing is, even over here in America, if you're a waiter or something like that, you get paid anywhere from $3.50 to $6 an hour, depending on what kind of company you're working for. And the rest of your money comes off tips. I mean, most of those people get paid by the people. That's why whenever I go out, I always tip a little extra, because I was a waiter myself. So the wage is about the same as a waiter in America as they're making for these shoes. But where the problem lies is that at least the waiters and waitress over here in America get tips. So let's just say the replica community and the unauthorized shoe community is basically those workers trying to get their tips. They're trying to get more money. They know that these shoes sell from freaking $100 up to $180 up to $250. So let's just go with the median, $180. If a shoe costs $10 to make, which I'm saying 10 because about $2 you have to pay the worker. So let's say this shoe here costs the same amount of money to make as the Concord here, right? Even though the prices are different. This shoe is, the LeBron 9 was the most expensive shoe to make in recent years here. But guess what? Nike prices increase $10 every day, right? Not every day, but every year, right? Other shoe companies don't really increase their prices too much, but we know Nike do. They're like the head honcho of the shoe community, right? Okay, the prices go up every year. These shoes pretty much all cost the same to make. The prices are set different. And then even if it's the same shoe and it re-releases years from now, or like the retro line, it goes up $10. Why is it that the workers are still getting paid the same wage from 10 years ago? Not only that, but it says right here in the article that there's about 14% of the money that is supposed to go to, it's about 14% of their money is supposed to go to their Social Security fund. but the company pays less than that. So they're saying that for the past 10 years, it said it is estimated that Yue Yuen shortchanged the fund by $48 million each year. So $48 million every year that was supposed to go to their Social Security fund hasn't been going there. Not only that, but a lot of the workers work overtime and aren't compensated for their overtime. So with that being said, I have to give a big salute to the people over in China. As you can see, I'm on an actual China website right here. And the reason being, you know, in America right now, we are some of the most blinded, laziest sheep on the planet, if not the most blind sheep. Not saying I am, but I'm guilty by association because I am an American. We don't stand for shit anymore. We haven't stood for anything since the civil rights movement. You know, you got feminist organizations, you have gay rights organizations, but that's a fucking joke for the most part, because at this point, gay people and women have all the power. You know, if you're just a regular guy, nobody gives a fuck about us, but we don't have any movement. And no matter what race you are, there is no movement for men. If something happened to us, we just gotta deal with it because we have a penis between our legs. You know, at least these people are over there standing for something. My biggest thing is this: that is a country where there's a lot of poor people. With that being said, although they're going on strike, they can replace those people just as quick as, you know, any non-union company in America. Like Coca-Cola, you quit, they got somebody else in there. Pepsi, you quit, they got somebody else in there. You know, if it's not a union type job, you pretty much like disposable no matter how long you work somewhere. And at least they're standing for something. You know, with people being disposable, so on and so forth, at least they're standing for something, man. At the end of the day, man, this company, Yue Yuen, I think that's how you say it, it might be Yue Yuen, but they are responsible for pretty much every company that we love: Nike, Adidas, New Balance, Converse, and Puma. And like I said, they're getting paid $1.67 an hour, $1.70 an hour to make these shoes. The shoes cost anywhere from $5 to $10 to make. You know, and let's just go off the median, about $8, right? Plus that, let's say $2 for overtime workers. So let's say with the hourly wage in each shoe, let's just say each Jordan costs $10 to make, right? They over here for $180 now. So let's just say you used to go over to China and see this shoe in the store for $10, and you take it to the register and they scan it and it says $180. And $180 is not even including taxes over here, by the way. That's just like $180 if it was, we didn't have to pay taxes or something, right? You get to the register and it say that the total was $180, but the shoe is $10. That's that's 1,700% for taxes. We pay 6% for taxes over here in America. So let's just say we're being taxed 1,700% for every shoe we buy. That's $180. If we're buying a phone posit now, we're being taxed 2,400%. That's ridiculous. So with that being said, I got an idea. If you're going to pay these people what they're worth, they will at least be getting paid what we get paid over here for minimum wage, which is $7.40 in most states. Some states is $8 because it went up in some states. But at the same time, Chrysler, Ford, any car company in between that manufactures anything for vehicles, they get paid about 12, anywhere from, starting off getting hired in, anywhere from $10 to $18 an hour, right? These are shoes. All of these are shoes. They're not metal or anything like that. But these people are working to the bone, hands, you know, scarred up, bleeding, hurting, in pain. When you work for Chrysler and stuff like that, you're lifting parts. You know, you have good conditions, the room temperature is nice and all that, you have space, you get to work. I'm from Detroit, so I know. It's not that difficult. But doing something like that, even though it looks like it's just a shoe, there's no machine doing this. This is someone by hand. Their hands are bleeding, they're tired, it's hot as hell in the factory. Everybody is right next to each other. You have to work hard, you barely get to eat. You know, your neighborhood is poor, and you're getting paid $1.67. It's modern day slavery. I said this to y'all 100 times. It's modern day slavery. A lot of people say, okay, well, why do you buy shoes? Okay, I buy shoes because I like shoes. I mean, it don't matter unless you want to wear some damn fucking paper taped around your foot. All, like I said, every shoe company that's worth buying are manufactured by this factory. So you could say, oh, I'm not going to work for this company, and then some people will say, oh well, why don't you buy Walmart brand? Okay, let's go with that. Okay, so if you're going to pay these people what they're worth, how about this? The same way you have Walmart branded shoes being made in the United States, since they're going on strike, why don't you guys introduce a program? Let's say, I don't know, because it seemed like as far as business wise, when it comes to other people and being fair, whoever is the head of Nike and Reebok and all of these other companies get their ideas out of a monkey's ass. Let's just say, let's start a little program where we take kids from middle schools and high schools and we pay them, let's say, $4 to $5 an hour, but you also give them some kind of scholarship or something for college. Let's do that. That makes sense to me. It'll give more money to the people in America, and it's more fair because you're paying these people freaking $2 an hour to slave over shoes, and you get mad when they want to sell shoes out the back door. They start a website, replicas, super perfect replicas, unauthorized shoes. You got 3 big guys got arrested for giving samples to celebrities and stuff like that, and you get mad? What kind of shit is that? You know, I try to keep the video as professional as possible, but I get upset when you basically tell somebody you're a slave, and if you try to do more, you're gonna be punished for it. We'll shut you down. When it's like, okay, so I'm working for you and damn near eating out of a garbage can. So you telling me my punishment is to eat out of a garbage can and not work for you? I mean, in my opinion, I would be somebody, if I was in China, I would be selling shoes out the back door too, because that's not right. It's not right. That's like working for freaking, it's the same as over here, honestly. Let's say, okay, you make these cars, right? The people who build these cars making 15 bucks an hour, 18 bucks an hour, right? Here in Michigan. A lot of those people work every day and can't even afford the car. It's the same thing, but at least you can still go out and you could buy a used car, you know, $1,500 to $5,000, and you could ride good and this and that. So at the end of the day, everybody is a slave when you look at what you're building, how much you're being paid to build it, and how much it's going to cost you to own what you just built. So you mean to tell me I made probably 40 grand this year, but I helped assemble probably about 100,000 cars, and I don't even make enough money to afford one in 1 year and be able to live comfortable at the same time? It's ridiculous. So at the end of the day, like I said, if you're not going to pay these people what they're worth, at least give them, and the thing is, they know that they're underpaid. They're not complaining about that. They're complaining about that $45 million that's not getting put towards what it should get put towards, you know, and being undercut for their salary. That's the big issue. So my whole thing is, if that's all they're complaining about, give those people what they want. You're getting way more than you need. And that's speaking to Puma, Reebok, New Balance, and Nike. You're getting what you want. You're making, every hour these people work, they're putting $150 at least in your pocket. Every hour they work. So with that being said, like I said, that program is a good idea. I just thought about that off the top of my head. You know, pay some students $5 an hour to work somewhere and give them a scholarship or something towards college. That makes sense to me. It's going to make more money. It's going to have more shoes. It's going to have more money circulating throughout this country because we're in debt to China. Yet China is slaves to a lot of different countries and nobody care about them. You know, it is what it is. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about me. Y'all say why you buy these shoes. That's why I buy directly from the Chinese people as much as I can, if it makes sense, and let you guys know about them, because at least that money is going to the people who deserve it. You know. With that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all let me know what y'all think below. It'll be more reviews dropping this weekend, man. Y'all be safe out there. Enjoy y'all weekend. Peace. And one thing I would like to add is that you guys see the range of these shoes, all black and white and red. You know, I support nice shoes, nice quality, no matter what style it is. Nike is one of the top companies out there, as you can see. It's a nice range right here. With that being said, a lot of people will always wonder, you know, why you feel that way and this and that. Well, when I worked for Finish Line at the age of 16, about 7 years ago almost now, there was a middle-aged white guy came in the store and I was helping him. And I was getting very frustrated because he would have me run to the back, pick a shoe up. I go through the whole spiel of selling him t-shirts and stuff while he's trying on a shoe, because you know we have goals to make. And what happened was, every time he'd say, nope, I don't want it. He'd be like, I like it. Then I turn around and come back and he'll say he doesn't want it. And finally I asked him, why don't you like any of these shoes all of a sudden? After you like how they look, you put them on, you say they're comfortable, you say that you don't like them. And he said, well, look in the inside, what do you see on that tag? And I said the size. He said, no, what do you see under that? And I say, made in China. He said, exactly. Those people are modern day slaves. He said, and he was like, well, you're black, and I don't mean to make you uncomfortable, but would you be okay if your people were slaves and I was buying a product that your people were slaves over? And I said, that would make me feel a certain kind of way. Every time you see that, someone glorifying it and wearing the item, it will always remind you of what your people is going through. So every time I put on this LeBron or this Vandal High that I bought from Finish Line a long time ago, or this Concord that everyone kills each other over here in America, well, now that I see these, every time I see them, ever since I was 16, I think, damn, there's some 12-year-old damn near making ends meet in harsh conditions who don't have a childhood like we get to have over in America. Whether you're poor, rich, famous, or anywhere in between here in America, you are better off than the average person over in China who's designing these shoes that you guys are killing each other over for, that you guys are being self-conscious over, that you guys are beating each other up for, stealing out of each other's lockers for, camping out for, punching people in the jaw for. You know, there's some 12-year-old over there and working right next to his grandma. And together they don't even make what we make in a week for the most part. What a person making McDonald's in one check, they don't make in a whole month, working 60 hours a week, overtime, all of this stuff, fingers bleeding, sweating, sick. You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to. That's what pisses me off. At the end of the day, ever since then, I felt that way, and that's why I made it my business to learn more about the company. And now I'm in communication with people over in China, and I get to talk to these people, and I see that a lot of those people are cool as hell. They cooler than a lot of people I've known all my life, dude. So with that being said, man, do what y'all can, man. If you can stop rocking certain stuff, if you can send money to people over there, if you could buy directly for them, which I'm going to try to do more of nowadays, then go and do that, man. At the end of the day, all these shoes are all over the place. They're in Flight Club. They're in every boutique that you can think of. Unauthorized. Replicas. All of that stuff, man. Unauthorized are in Flight Club, man. I don't care. I know what I know. You can go talk to somebody there yourself and they'll tell you. If the shoe isn't high enough demand, they're buying it straight from a website. It's not from Foot Locker. It's not from Nike's hands. Nike don't give a damn if it's from their hands at this point. Look at how much they're raping these people. Reebok don't care. Nobody cares here in America what's going on with these people for some reason in higher positions. Or else I wouldn't be having this conversation with you guys. Those people wouldn't be on strike. And yeah, it's their way they get paid over there. But if our country really cared about those people over there, they would say, to hell with what your government says pay you. We're going to pay you more anyway, just because we appreciate your services. Your product is booming over here. You guys are working your asses off, and even though your government says that you guys should get paid $2 an hour, we're going to give y'all $4. Fuck it, because we can do that. We make enough money. Here you guys go. We appreciate you. But do they get that? No.